We have Krystal Aranyani here today speaking on stage two, self-love. And today we're diving into creativity, moving through creative blocks to better step into your dharma, which is so perfect for where we all are. So, with that being said, Krystal, thank you so much for being here. It's amazing having you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Hello, loves. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be in this space and sharing this container with each of you. And I am just going to put you in gallery so I can see all of your beautiful faces. Hello, hello, hello. So there's a few of us here. Just inviting you to open this container. You can actually just put it in the chat how you're feeling in 1 or 2 words. I know we have someone driving here, so you can skip this part, but just curious of the overall energy and vibe today on this beautiful Wednesday, start of April. I feel like this year is going by so quick already. And I have you all in front of this incredible backdrop of Topanga, California. So I'm just sending this beautiful energy of the forest here and the canyons. It's the most beautiful backdrop ever. Super excited for this session. Overall, a bit tired from the eclipse shifts. Yes, eager explorer vibes. Oh, I love that. I feel excited about the eclipse coming. Yes, we are in it. And when Chelsea invited me, I just meditated on what I wanted to share. And what came through was quite different than my original plan. But we'll be doing a visualization of manifestation, but followed by a clearing around creative blocks. So tapping into our creative energy and expression, remembering our creative power, and then releasing blockages that we have around that expression. Calm and grounded. I love it. Beautiful. Okay, so to open this container, everyone who's not driving, just inviting you to close your eyes and drop into this space together. So taking this moment to release thoughts of the day, any busy thoughts you may have, and fully dropping into this space. Perhaps taking this moment to remind yourself of your intention for showing up in this journey, for showing up in this class today, and inviting you to release thoughts of the mind during this experience for the next hour or so, and to just be in the experience. So at times I may say things that resonate, I may say things that doesn't resonate for you, but when we're doing these clearing and cleansing energetically, we're also clearing patterns and beliefs that we may have from past lifetimes, that we may have in our unconscious mind that we're not even aware of, that may be projecting into our reality. So if you catch yourself in your mind thinking, just dropping into the heart and just being open to this experience. And if you haven't already, inviting you to turn your phones off unless you're on it right now, turning off notifications and really giving yourself the gift of presence through this experience. Placing one hand over the heart and one over the sacral chakra, which is your lower belly. For women, it's your womb space. And just dropping into your body. We'll take a few deep breaths together. Inhaling in all the way into the lower belly, filling up like a balloon. Deepest breath you've taken all day today. Holding for a moment at the top. And exhale out of the mouth, releasing any tension. Maybe moving a little. Again, deep inhale in. Holding at the top, sucking in a little more. And exhale. Fully dropping in, calming the mind, calming the energy, And one more time, deep, deep inhale in. Holding at the top, breathing in a little more. And exhale. And just leaving your hands here for a moment. And just observing the energy flowing in your sacral chakra. Just witnessing. You may be able to feel if it's stagnant, if it feels flowing, if it feels heavy, light. And if you can't, that's okay too. Just bringing awareness to the space in your body. And this is our energetic center of creativity and of sexuality, which are actually one and the same. So when we think of creativity, we may think of creative people. When we say creatives, we think of maybe an artist, maybe projects that we desire to create. Maybe if you're a woman, even creating life from this space. I'm inviting you to also tap into creative energy in the form of creating your dreams, creating your reality. Sexual energy is creative energy. It's literally how we're birthed into existence. We've just placed all of these labels, ideas, beliefs, traumas, judgments onto this totally natural energy that flows within. And when we do this, due to our environment, our conditioning, blockages occur in this area. And then that manifests also as creative blockages, as fears around our sharing our creative gifts, as fears around relating to others, opening fully. And just witnessing anything that's coming up for you in these areas. And relaxing the hands down. When you're ready, just blinking the eyes open. So before we go into the practice, I want to bring into our conscious awareness some blockages, common blockages that we have around our sexual expression, therefore our creative expression. And the first one that comes up, that's a very big one, is shame. Shame around our expression, our sexuality, our desires, our feelings, fantasies, who we are as a human, shame around our humanness, which all of us on this planet have to some degree. And it's conditioned. We're not born with this shame. My left ovary was talking during that meditation. Wow, that's powerful. We'll have to dive into that after. I'm curious what else will come up for you during the practice. So shame, which causes disconnect from our sexual energy and our creative energy, and also from our bodies. So not giving ourselves space to discover, reclaim, and reconnect and play with this energy. If you know very creative people, they're often very sexual people. They are very open in these areas and expression. And when you get comfortable with your own sexual energy and really sit with it and realize that, oh, this is just the most powerful energy in existence running through my being, then we can transmute this energy into our creations. And we can play with it by sexual activating breaths, sensual dance, preferably naked in front of a mirror, mirror gazing with our genitals, seeing them as sacred, really reprogramming the stories that we've learned, the conditioning that we've had, that these parts of our temple bodies are anything less than sacred and holy. And learning and knowing exactly what turns you on as a human, as an individual, because every single person's desires are different. And desires are there, your specific desires are there because they're meant for you. And really learning what turns you on. And when I say that, I don't mean just in a relationship, in a sexual union. Most of us, our introduction, and a lot of us through our lives, the only way that we know this energy is in relation to another. That's how we learn about our sexual energy, when really it's cultivated from within. So when we learn how to really play with that, become comfortable with it, and really celebrate it, that's when we also open our creative centers and we release the fears and the self-doubts. Of course, they'll always be there living in today's world. They'll be there a little bit, but you bring awareness to them. Getting horny for life. It doesn't just need to be for another human. Like stepping outside into nature, opening the senses. And we see a lot on social media right now, like I'm in my romancing era and romanticizing life. And that's really what it is. Like this has been tantric practice for thousands of years, romanticizing and having a love affair with existence itself, being horny for life, opening the senses, being comfortable with our sacred sensuality on our own. And then anything that comes into our lives is a luxury, is a bonus to this energy that we've already created, this beautiful relationship we've already created with our own sexual energy. That's a big one, big topic on its own, but I want to at least address it because it really is creative energy. We are all here existing right now due to sexual energy, and we've just put labels on this life force energy. Common blocks, fears, self-doubt, and fears and self-doubt are really just forgetting your true nature and your true power. This journey isn't becoming anything we're not already or trying to become like this powerful human. Maybe you see someone, you're like, they're so powerful, they're so empowered. Like you actually already are too. We're all equally as powerful. We're all equally able to manifest our wildest dreams at the same levels. So it's not becoming, it's really this releasing and shedding, which is great at this time with the eclipse and this energy. It's really releasing and remembering like, oh yeah, that's my true nature, is to create. Because I'm the universe, I am creative life force energy embodied. I've just forgotten. Other blockages are perfectionism, being afraid to take messy action, being afraid to just start, really sitting on it, making things perfect. So when we take messy action, we're really starting the momentum. And momentum's important. And then that's when we can learn lessons, and then we can build from there. So just taking messy action. Taking on too much, overwhelming yourself, analysis paralysis, just being in your mind too much, wanting to learn everything about this project or this thing, maybe this offering, whatever it may be, before you actually take that action. And I'm guilty of that a lot because I'm a big thinker. I can overthink things and then like want to study and take like tons of courses that, yeah, that help. But really what's the most important thing for my success is just to take the action and to trust in it. Trust that I'll learn as I go. And that what I have to share is already within me. And yes, we tap into different people, different experiences, people that are already there. but at the end of the day, it's coming from within. That's our creative power. And then not tapping into things that inspire us, right? That make us horny for life and excited to create. That could be nature, putting yourself in different environments, whatever it may be, knowing what really turns you on, and then doing those things and going out and getting inspiration from the world. Resting is a big one, and burnout if you don't rest. Holding on to the past and past identities of yourself. So that's a big blockage, as you're holding on to an identity that you no longer are, but because of your conditioning, you may still see yourself this way. Honoring our past versions of ourselves. And again, with this eclipse energy, it's a perfect time for rebirthing. We can rebirth as many times as we desire in this life. Shedding like a snake. Journaling with each full moon what you're releasing. Like, we're meant to be evolving, releasing, rebirthing, not holding on to the past. And then I think the final blockage would be a distrust in a higher power, whatever your version of that is. Lack of belief in what you cannot see, and therefore a lack of belief in the self. So if you have a lack of trust in the universe, which is likely from past experiences that led you to feel like, why would this happen to me? And questioning everything, that leads to you also not trusting in yourself. So lack of self-belief. Creating the life of our dreams is magic. Like, these desires and dreams that we have, or what we want to wish to create and desire to create within us, it's magic. We have it in our minds, and then we have the opportunity to actually create it. And it does take a little bit of, if you want to say, blind trust. And I think of my dog, Priya, behind me. She sees me as like maybe a higher power. I feed her, I take care of her, and she has this blind trust, but it's also this beautiful loyalty. But she knows that I'm going to feed her, right? And she stays by me. She's always close to me, but she has this trust. And sometimes, when we're babies, we also trust our parents are going to take care of us. It's kind of like that with the universe, but we can't always see it. It's like, I'm going to take this leap and just trust in myself that I'll always figure it out. I think that's all the blockages. I wanted to bring those to the conscious mind before we do this practice, just to feel into them, bring them into your mind. If any of those resonate with you, put a 1 in the chat. I would like to know. And our practice is going to be working through them. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And I share these, like, I can list them because I've gone through all of them as well. And some of them are still appearing at times too. 1 times 100. Yay, so this is so aligned. I'm so excited for this practice. Amazing. Okay. Okay, so we'll start this practice sitting comfortably, where you can sit for about half an hour. Sitting up tall and closing the eyes. We're going to be moving some energy And again, during any of these practices, if you're having any troubles visualizing or experiencing it, or feel like it's not resonating, I feel like most of it's going to based on your responses. Just being in the experience and knowing that your subconscious mind is paying attention and absorbing this beyond your conscious mind. We'll begin with some straw breathing, just breathing in through the mouth as though you're sucking heavily through a straw. And as you do, visualizing energy coming from the earth below, if your feet are on the floor or your root is right against the floor, just sucking it up and squeezing the perineum. You can make noise or just breathing out and releasing any tension. And you can bring your hands into this movement. And we're just getting some energy moving right now and sucking up this Shakti nectar, this energy from the earth below. It's a strong inhale. Really filling up with this life force energy, becoming turned on, activating. Opening up the heart with the inhale. And feeling this expansion. Ah, 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 ah. Really inviting yourself, allowing yourself to become turned on, to become activated. Ah, 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 ah. 100% inhale and about an 80% exhale. Ah, 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 ah. Powerful, powerful breath in. Ah, 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 and a little quicker. Ah, 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 ah. Really giving it all you got. Ha, 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 ha. Last inhale. Biggest inhale, breathing in a little more. Holding, 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 containing. And exhale, shaking it all off. And just witnessing, placing your hands, palms facing up. Just witnessing as the non-judgmental witness to anything arising. Noticing how you're feeling, any tingling sensations, any aliveness. And remembering that we can tap into this energy whenever we desire. Our creative state and our creative expression comes from this space of being turned on. We can become stagnant, especially when we're in the mind, often. It's coming back to the body, to the breath, to nature, to our natural rhythms. And in this moment, in this space, I want you to bring to your mind's eye your highest desire at this time, your greatest dream. Whatever arises first, that's perfect. Again, not thinking about it too much. And asking your divine intelligence, your higher self, if you resonate with that term, to reveal the date in which you experience this desire as your physical reality. Perhaps it's 6 months from now, a year, a month, whatever arises, again, trusting that date, bringing that full calendar date to mind. And hopping to that date in time. On that day, seeing yourself. What are you doing? How does it feel to be experiencing this dream come true, this accomplishment, this fruition of your hard work, of your creative genius? Seeing it playing out, perhaps like a film or a movie in front of you, the same way that you watch a movie. You're not worrying about how it was created. You're not wondering if it's possible. You're just watching it because it's there. There's no question about it. As far as you know, it exists in front of you. It's already happened. It's already yours. The fact that you can see it like this or feel it within your being and you know what it is, it's there because it's yours. It's already yours. All you have to do is release any blockages and become an energetic match for that desire. It already exists within you. Therefore, it already exists on some plane beyond time and space. It exists. And no one on this planet, not one single person out of billions and billions of humans have the same vision as you, the same desire, the same dream, the same creative genius, creative expression, the same story, the same experiences, not one other person. And that is your power. That is your gift to the world, is your unique experiences, story, perspective, vision, desires. And the world desires to experience you in your fullest expression. Keeping it to yourself is doing a disservice to the world. So visualizing it in front of you, what you're doing, how do you look when you're celebrating this? What are you wearing? Are you by yourself? Are you with others? How are you celebrating? Are you posting about it on social media? And how are you feeling? Feel this within you now, becoming an energetic match to that. That is getting on the frequency, experiencing these emotions, this celebration, celebrating it already. It's already yours. How good does that feel? I hope everyone's smiling because it should feel so good. Feeling the feelings, feeling the emotions, feeling the power of this coming to life, knowing it already exists. It's set in stone. It's inevitable. Now I want you to 10 times that. The feelings, the colors, the emotions. Allow everything to get brighter, clearer, to awaken within your being. Trusting it's already yours, it's already mine. It's inevitable. Like a mental snapshot, taking an image of that, encoding it within your being. And even if you forget about this right after this practice, knowing that it is now in your subconscious mind and telling your subconscious mind, it is already mine. It already exists within me. Now I want you to dream a little bit bigger, to push beyond what your mind believes to be possible for yourself. Make that dream bigger. Make it feel impossible. Push beyond the limits of your conditioned mind. We live in a world where the impossible is constantly being made possible. What does it look like? this impossibility made possible for you. Push yourself to something outrageous. Something that excites you, but also feels really scary. Like, that's not possible, not for me. Feel that expansion within you. And knowing that sometimes there's a dream made for us that's bigger than what our minds can even dream for ourselves. Sometimes we chase something that isn't even meant for us because we're meant for something so much bigger. Things might not work out because you're meant for something bigger and better than what you can perceive yourself. I want you to reach out to that vision with your hands, holding it in between your hands. Bring your hands closer until it's just a ball of energy between the palms, really intentionally and mindfully holding this ball of energy, of this vision, the feelings, the emotions, the colors, holding it in the palm of your hands and remembering that you are the artist of your life. You are the creator, the creatrix of this reality. And you have the power to make the impossible possible. Feeling into that now. And very intentionally, slowly, holding this ball of energy, bringing the palms to the sacral chakra, just integrating, bringing this energy into this energetic center, placing your palms over the sacral chakra in a downward triangle, encoding it within your being, within your creative center, and just witnessing whatever's coming up. If there's any vibrating excitement, fears, everything's perfect, everything's sacred. If any fears or self-doubt arise, that's to work through them. It's sacred. It's not like, oh, I have these yucky fears or icky fears. It's like, oh, here they are, so I can work through them. So that in the future, when bigger fears come up and I take bigger leaps, I have the tools to work through that. So I can keep expanding beyond what I believe to be possible for myself. Taking a deep breath in, breathing in that vision, encoding it within your being, holding it at the top, breathing in a little more if you can. Containing. And exhale out of the mouth. And just breathing regularly for a moment. We're going to do a clearing through each of the chakras. And I'll lead you which ones to tap. So we'll begin tapping on each, repeating after me. And we'll do one round. And then we're going to go through a round of positive affirmations to replace that release. We're opening space for that which we desire to enter. Remembering the power of our words, mixed with intention, visualization, manipulation of our energy, movement, and also in this container, witnessing one another energetically. Therefore, everything we share is amplified when we relate in this way, even from afar. So welcoming in these statements with strong intention. So begin tapping on the root and we'll move upward. So the root chakra, the base of the spine, and repeating after me. Fears around finances and security. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Living in survival mode and making decisions from survival mode. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Self-doubts around money and success. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Breathing it out. Living from a space of lack rather than abundance. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Tapping the sacral chakra, the lower belly or womb space. Sexual trauma and blockages. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Energetic attachments to previous lovers. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Shame around my sexuality and my sexual expression. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Blocks and doubts around my creativity. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Moving up to the Manipura, the solar plexus. Fear around being my authentic self. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Doubts in my personal power and abilities. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Imposter syndrome and playing small. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Perfectionism, overthinking, and not taking action. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Tapping the heart space. Not forgiving myself or others. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Heaviness from the world around me. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Pain and sorrow from past relationships. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Ignoring my heart's desires. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Tapping the middle of the throat. Fear of using my voice. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Fear of speaking my authentic truth. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Blocks around speaking my boundaries. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Using the power of your voice here. Blocks around speaking my wants and desires. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. To the third eye point. Confusion around my purpose. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Fear around following my unique path. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. Questioning and doubting my intuition. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. To the crown, the top of the head. Fear of trusting in a higher power. Release, 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 all clear, all clear. fear of my own greatness and potential. Release, release, release. All clear, all clear. Relaxing the hand down, deep inhale in. Holding at the top. And big exhale, shake, 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 shake. Ah, shake it all off. Ah, any residue. Ah, brush it off. Ah, ah. Breathing for a moment, taking all of that in, anything rising to surface, noticing how your energy feels. Maybe you feel lighter, clearer. Maybe that brought limiting thoughts and beliefs to surface. Again, knowing that it's all sacred. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Anything coming up is coming up so we can move through it, so we can honor it and transmute it and release it. And now the fun ones. Tapping the root chakra. Repeating after me. We'll say each 2 times. I am safe, grounded, and always have more than enough. I am safe, grounded, and always have more than enough. Sacral chakra. I am the creator and artist of my life. I am the creator and artist of my life. Solar plexus. I am powerful and create any reality I desire for myself. I am powerful and create any reality I desire for myself. To the center of the heart. Love flows in and out of my life in endless forms. Love flows in and out of my life in endless forms. Center of the throat. I speak my authentic truth clearly and confidently. I speak my authentic truth clearly and confidently. Third eye. I see my highest path with clarity. I am an energetic match to my wildest dreams. I see my highest path with clarity. I am an energetic match to my wildest dreams. The crown, top of the head. I release control. I trust in a higher power. I release control. I trust in a higher power. Relaxing the hand down, deep inhale in, holding it at the top, breathing in a little more, containing all those beautiful affirmations, welcoming them into all your energetic centers, into your creative center, into your heart space. And exhale, releasing any tension. Taking a moment to witness and to honor yourself for showing up, for doing this work, for believing in yourself, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And always tapping into that energy of self-belief, self-trust, showing up in itself is difficult. Not everyone can do it. There's a reason you're here doing this. Bring your hands into prayer. And just taking in these words, this is a prayer I've been reciting every morning, and I felt it was in alignment with this class, so I wanted to share it with you. So just taking in my words into your heart. I now offer myself into the hands of the all-loving, creative intelligence of this universe. I release all attachments, vows, intentions, or beliefs ever made, consciously or unconsciously, in this or any lifetime, that are based in doubt and fear, in the act of playing small, blocking the creative fruition of my soul upon this earth. I dedicate myself to love and accept the gift of grace that brings me into greater fulfillment now. I release control. I surrender resistance. I accept all that is coming to me now. All experiences and paths lead to love. And so it is. I'm just thanking everyone for taking this journey with me, for sharing this space, for trusting me to guide you, for Chelsea for inviting me in. And when you're ready, blinking your eyes open, coming back to the space, to awareness of this space, and inviting you to drink lots of water after this practice. If things were coming up for you, amazing. If they weren't, they may later or over the next few days. So drinking lots of water just to keep everything moving, and also journaling afterwards. And inviting you to journal on what turns you on most, what makes you feel most inspired in this life, what makes you feel horny for life. Reflecting on which environments, people, and expressions make you feel most turned on. And if anyone would like to share, I know we're probably feeling like, whew, a lot may have come up, or maybe we just feel blissed out. Curious, anything, if anyone would like to share anything that came up or experience you had through that.
I'm so curious what everybody's visions were. And I really loved the affirmations that you brought forward and the tapping. I really felt that. And I even felt like actually some tightness in my throat chakra, which usually feels open. But as I was tapping on it, I started coughing. Like, oh, wow, that's wild. And then, yeah. And I've been feeling this really strong desire to share my voice much more. And I think it's kind of like really coming through now. And the vision was very clear. I'll share it, I think, after, because I'll give other people some space to share, because I would actually love to hear everyone's vision, but I can share mine at the end. It was very powerful. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for sharing, Chelsea. The voice one is always powerful, I feel.
First of all, thank you, Krystal, for leading us through that. That was great. It's the first time I've ever done a clearing like that. So my root chakra was really activated. And I had never felt that before. And as you were saying the affirmations and giving up all of the fears and integrating the sexual energy into it, I realized that's what's been missing for me personally. And that was like, it was stark difference between my root chakra and all the other ones. I was like, oh, there's something going on there, or something's alive there that I haven't been tuned to. So thank you. Yeah, this whole what turns you on about life and bringing sexual energy into my work. Wow, I didn't realize.
Thank you for sharing that.
And
It's
Chelsea,
really, oh,
my
sorry,
vision.
continue.
No, sorry. I just wanted to share my vision that I had was it was a community of like-minded, powerful people who are open to sharing and speaking their mind, no matter what the world is telling us not to say, and leading. And I have never seen myself that powerful as a leader before. So, wow, thank you.
I love it, love it, love it. Holding all your dream visions and seeds in the space as it's amplified, also with this portal of the eclipse as well. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, it's interesting the programming we have around sexual energy when really it's our creative energy, and really learning to be turned on and comfortable with that energy on our own. I was single for 9 of 10 years. So through that space, I didn't want to lose that spark of turned onness that I see many people when they're single, because we rely on only experiencing it through another when it's actually cultivated within. And then we can project that out into our creative projects and creative energy and expression. So I love that that was received in that way. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, a lot of what you said really resonated, especially around like, why have I felt so closed off to sharing my creative ideas? And I recognized that there was a tie between like the shaming of the sexual energy in my family unit when I was so young versus now. So that just like unlocked something there. And then the vision around what is bigger than the mind can conceive of, that started to come through when I initiated into stage 4. So part of my vision was that I help 1 million people. I help 1 million people feel secure in their emotional sovereignty. I have no idea how that could possibly happen, but I'm here for it. So that's almost why I declared it, because I needed something that was like bigger than I could attach to really anchor myself into the guidance of the universe, just to be able to say, well, look, I don't know how to do this, but what would you have me do? And then just let that lead me. So I really like that you brought that up too. A lot of the experiences, a lot of times lately, I've been feeling more like just like open spaciousness. And for me, I'm feeling, instead of saying, well, that's a blockage, more that because I've done so much clearing that it's more of like a blank slate. So it's actually like a positive thing for me to just start inputting again, because I've been releasing so much.
Wow. 1 million people, it's absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. Claim it. Claim it fully. And that's the feminine as well, is just taking the messy action, but then also just trusting, like this appeared for a reason, and trusting that you're going to figure out how, right? There's a higher power at play that's, yeah, celebrating that for you. It's amazing. Ah, so good.
Thank you so much, Krystal. Everything has landed, and I feel like it's going to land even more in the next few days and weeks. And I think I'm going to rewatch this video again soon as well, just because it was really powerful. When you were talking initially through the meditation, the first meditation, my left ovary was talking, and this time it was my right ovary.
Wow.
I definitely know that my sacral chakra needs unblocking and needs some attention. So it's kind of highlighted that for me. And in the last meditation that we did, it was really interesting because when you spoke about what is your deepest desire, and initially it was me stepping more and more into my purpose, and I was like visualizing that I was stepping into this silver portal. And then when I crossed that portal, it turned out it was something else that I desire more deeply, that I think I really blocked that part out because I don't want that to be a desire. I want to focus on other things. And so that desire was having a partner and having some children. And that was in 2027 or something like that. So it kind of like brought to surface something that I think I've been avoiding and not wanting it to be my desire. And it's probably because there's fear around wanting something like that. So that was interesting. And then also with the throat chakra, it was funny because when I was repeating the affirmations, I was repeating them just fine. But when I got to the throat chakra, I like choked and I didn't really know what I was saying. Like it wasn't it wasn't clear. It was like, and so I just laughed at myself because it was just the irony of my authentic truth with clarity. And I got those words like so butchered.
Aw.
Thank you so much. That was really great.
Aw, thank you, love. Thank you for your vulnerability and for sharing that. Yeah, I think it will be powerful to come back to that until you're just screaming at like, "Rah." I speak my authentic truth with clarity. And you get there. That's why the affirmations are powerful, because sometimes it's like, but you hear it in your voice and it's just powerful when like you really feel it. It's like, yes, with conviction. And that's
can I
beautiful.
ask,
Yeah.
thank you. Can I ask, can I borrow this as well? I think I'm going to use it at one of my women's circles because I feel like it was really powerful and I would like to do it again as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yay. Mm.
Does anyone else have a vision they want to share? Edwin?
Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Okay. I feel like I don't know. When I was listening to Steve, I felt like my my vision that I had was kind of in alignment with that. Like I seen community. Then when Crystal asked us to think bigger, then I just seen like a bunch of people. Like I was in the center, but it's like a bunch of people. We are like all holding hands, like across the globe. Like we're just all connected across the globe. Like I don't know who that happened, but like yeah, we were all holding hands. Like, it was just a big connected. However that looks, it was just a big connected circle. And I feel like when I started even go deeper and the question was asked again, I audibly heard like world leader. And I don't know where that came from either. But that actually opened up my eyes for a second because I was just like, whoa, I've never heard that like within my field. So um yeah, that was kind of the profoundness for me.
Edwin for president. Yes.
Mhm.
We need those in this container running for government. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as you were saying, I'm just like, wow, imagine the ripple effect of this container. That's why these containers are so powerful, of just sharing that, claiming it, and imagine the ripple effect around the world of just the wave of the energy created here that we can bring out to the world, to millions. We're claiming millions. Yay. Billions. Gotta think bigger, beyond. So powerful.
So my vision startled me. I didn't know I wanted this. I just hosted my very first in-person sound bath last Friday. I had 9 people show up. It was incredible. And so when you said just go with the first thing that comes to mind. I saw myself on a stage doing a sound healing, and that stage became Red Rocks Amphitheater. I was like, oh, this is a big venue, like, and a big deal venue too. And I just looked it up. You can get 9,545 people at Red Rocks, because that was the bigger. It was like, oh, there's people there, and you're like, okay, go bigger. I was like, it's full, and that would be about 10,000 people. So that was surprising and fun.
Woo!
And for reference, I only live like an hour away from Red Rocks. So
Wow. And you can be live streaming it, so there's millions.
it's true.
Keep expanding. Yes. So beautiful. I'm at the rocks, like the mountain right where I'm next to is called Red Rock in Topanga. And I keep thinking of Red Rocks. And I just got here like 2 days ago, and I just keep thinking Red Rocks. So it's interesting that you brought that up.
Perfect alignment.
Beautiful visions. So powerful. Thank you so much for sharing all those. Oh.
Beautiful. Does anyone have any, Krystal, would you be open for a question if someone had a question?
Yeah, for sure.
After everyone going through this process and just knowing Krystal and her transmission and the chrysalis, does anyone have a question for her, maybe around sexual energy, how it's related to, Steve, you mentioned money, how it's related to creativity in your dreams, how you can unblock something specific in your life?
Yeah, I have a question. It's more of a, well, because this is something that I kind of just discovered, I'm looking for more information, like where, or maybe some guidance or some courses or something like this, where how to integrate sexual energy into my creation, into my business, into my power. I know, like, as I was tapping on the root chakra, the thought of like, grab your balls and like, give a shout, like that sort of male energy was like suddenly showed up, and that's not normally my personality, but I was like, why not? And I definitely felt like there was a power in that, and this is new for me. So where would I go? Where do I go explore from here?
I think I'm gonna make a note and just put some resources together, and then I'll share it with Chelsea. And I don't know if you want to put it with the recording, Chelsea.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just put together some of my favorite sexual tantra teachers, and as well as the masculine energies that teach in those areas.
Beautiful. Does anyone else have a question that's alive, Allison?
Any processes that you'd recommend just for about like holding more capacity to feel in general in the body?
For holding more capacity to feel. By feel, do you mean experiences or like a physical sensations?
Probably more like physical sensations.
So the beautiful thing with our senses is that the more we use them, the more they grow. Like there are trained sannyasas in India that I can't remember the exact numbers of our regular, how many different scents we can smell. I think it's like around 9,000 or something, but don't quote me on that. But I know that they train themselves to smell like 30,000 different like scents because they're practicing that and constantly opening their senses and very sensual beings. So this is the incredible thing, because if we have any blockages around it, it's good to know that we can, as we open it, it continues to grow. And then this really happens if you go sit outside and stare, if I go meditate outside and start looking, how many different colors of greens can I see in this forest? And then I'll see more each day, because we start opening our mind to the possibilities and to the sensual pleasures. And our touch is the same way. So the more that we get connected with our body and the sense of feeling and touch, then the more that we can feel it within us too. And that's really on although it's a physical touch also on emotional levels. And, you know, there's just so much around that, especially because we have such blockages around loving our bodies. I would start with like a sensual self-massage practice, which is one of my favorites, just getting like really nice oils, like natural, beautiful plant-based oils, and spending 20 minutes minimum just massaging like your feet, thanking your feet for walking you through this earth, every step you've taken to this point. Like really look at your body like it's a miracle, like it's the first time you've ever seen your body. Because it is. Our bodies are so insanely miraculous. Like we can't even wrap our minds around all the functions they do in like a split second, right? And unfortunately, we're conditioned to have this disconnect and like we don't look a certain way, and our bodies like, you know, aren't enough. Our bodies are more than enough. They're so incredible. So I think coming back to touch with yourself like that, and then exploring like self-pleasure as well, not with the intention to like orgasm or to ejaculate, but to just having the experience of pleasure within your body. And then that just continues to open up more and more gateways of pleasure.
Thank you.
Did that answer?
Mhm.
Is that what you, yeah, okay, perfect.
What is your favorite partner practice that you found that is more around activating sensual or sexual energy together that's not necessarily sex?
I just like the simplicity of breath work together, breathing. So sitting on your partner's lap and synchronizing breath. And when you do that, even for 10 minutes, it's so powerful. I also find it really powerful to practice how communicating how you like to be touched in a non-sexual way. So you can have this synchronizing breath and then go into one person touching the other. It can be massage, feathers, maybe feeding the person chocolate, but have yourself like communicate exactly how you want them to touch you and what feels best for you. And I love this practice because then it opens, if you have any blockages around like expressing your desires or boundaries, it really creates the space in your relationship to be comfortable, like opening up and saying what you desire. So those are my favorites, I think, especially in like a new relationship, just to open that space of communication and touch and learning each other's bodies and what feels best, and also exploring new feelings and touches and new ways of pleasure outside of just sex.
Thank you. Beautiful. Does anyone have one last question or comment that they'd like to make before we wrap up with Krystal? Okay. Amazing. Okay, Krystal, thank you so much for being here. This was so beautiful and so perfect for exactly what we all needed today, especially during this eclipse season as we're really activating the dream life in a massive way. This is so perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for everybody, I'll put Krystal's Instagram in our group chat so that you guys can follow her. If you're not following her already, maybe you already are. And if you want to learn more with what Krystal's doing, I'll also send you guys the resources that she'll send me soon.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad that it all resonated and aligned.
Yay. Can we all take ourselves off mute and rub our hands together and give Krystal a big
Receiving it all.